Hello, lacrosse friends, and welcome to the 2024 IIJL World Junior Lacrosse Championship. I'm Stephen Stamp, joined by Aaron Forster, and we have a big matchup tonight. Canada, you just saw them heading to their bench, and now you will see the United States of America coming from the locker room through their bench doors. They are fired up. A surprising, maybe shocking loss for the U.S. to the Scottish Thistles last night in a rollicking 16-15 game. Canada can definitely clinch a spot in the gold medal tonight. The U.S., if they lose tonight, will have all kinds of trouble getting into the championship game.
Absolutely, Stamper. That was a devastating loss for the Americans last night, and obviously, like we've been talking about all day, they're going to have a chip on their shoulder going into this one. And same for Canada, because they got beat in the gold medal match by the USA last year, so we're due for a heater here tonight.
Between the pipes for Canada is Di Battista, who started their first game. They've been alternating, so he gets the call tonight, and he is ready to roll. At the other end, Jackson Curtis, who apparently I misspoke last night. He did play for the U18 U.S. Indoor Lacrosse team back in Messina back in 2022, I think. Last year, though, he was the goaltender for this U21 team for the U.S. when they won that gold medal. And he has had some great games with this program, with this team, and he is ready to roll tonight. But Weatherby has the ball for Canada, as he so often has off the opening faceoff.
He's a water bug out there. Such a valuable asset on any draw team.
Coaches said they were talking with the team, with the players about getting nicknames for the team and stuff, and he said, my nickname's Beast. And he's, as you can see, as you look at him, he's not a huge guy. You see him without his gear on. He's not a big dude, but they watched him play and they said, all right, Beast is. Because at first they're like, you can't do that. You can't pick your name like that. And here's the captain, Casey Forney for the U.S., heading off to the box. The first penalty of the game.
He spent quite a bit of time in the box these past couple days, hasn't he?
He has. He missed one game after in their opener. He got cut in the chin, took 7 stitches. They thought it was wise to keep him out of the second game, make sure that didn't pop open. Here's Canada's first chance, but it's a little high for Tompkins. He can't take that first ball.
Great
now
rotation.
They're good. Yep. Elliott's bomb goes off the backboard. It's grabbed there by Schaller. Runs himself into some trouble, but does a nice job running himself out of it. Didn't love him running into that little trap, but he did a good job escaping. Here is Wick. Gets double teamed. He is going to have a tough time hanging on to that ball. Can Canada get the ball without a penalty? They can. Nicopilo. They're going to slow it down. On the power play, Tompkins is pointing to Myers and saying, just hand it there. Let's set this up.
And look at this. Oh, he's all alone. Just complete mental lapse from the Americans there, just not stopping the ball.
Just really odd to just kind of let him go like that. Turns out okay as Curtis was ready. Here's TJ Carl. Low pass up to Pusick. He's going to duck underneath. Looking for the give and go, but Carl's going to take some more time. Go for a bit of a run, and they should have somebody. Yeah, there we go. Pusick's going to the bench, sorry. And now 3 Americans will get to the bench while Sebastian just applies a bit of a forecheck to slow things down, and then he'll make his way over for a penalty killer as well. Canada just getting their 5th. They still don't have their 5th out as Dumoulin kind of hesitated. Rip from Smith, who had a huge day yesterday. Was it 7 goals?
7 goals. Look out. He's got an absolute cannon of a shot.
We've seen some shots him, and I mean Orlando Kernigan with Australia absolutely blasting rockets. Sebastian has it. The U.S. are back to even strength. Forney heads to the bench, and Duffus will join the attack. Sebastian going to the net, and this time it was Canada kind of just backing away and letting somebody go. As Spanos seemed to have a little trouble sticking with his man there.
Yeah, I mean, that's the shot the Canadians want, and with most defenses designed this way, like going down the alley like that, your goalie should be able to stop it. However, you still got to get to hands and also just apply pressure and make sure you have a man.
Yeah. Handoff pass. Stepping back, and there's the pass in front to Wallace. That's a bit after the buzzer, after taking a nice pass from Waddy.
Good shift for Canada there, getting in the middle.
Talked to the U.S. coaching staff, and they were saying their guys are fired up. They're ready. They obviously a tough loss from yesterday. They had a good team talk. They are ready to come out, and they've come out pretty well. Good intensity. Sebastian gets a pick from Carl. Didn't see the roll coming, and that was opening wide up.
Great work in the two-man game, though, regardless.
Yeah.
Beautiful work by the Americans. Now it's Canada's turn.
Myers takes this pass, heads over to his left side. Dumoulin with the pick. The U.S., you can see their aggressiveness, athleticism on defense as they are going to get out on you. We've seen a bit of zone in this tournament. It was not from these guys.
Yeah, it's like the exact opposite. They will press and fight tooth and nail for every inch out there. Now it's the Americans. That gets sent down in the corner. Now it's Sebastian back with it.
Pass comes to the near side. Sebastian once again. Last one that does get through to Di Battista. Steps out of his crease. Doesn't have much open, so he's going to go for the bomb and connects with Wallace, who fights his way through, gets a shot off. Great gritty effort, and there's Weatherby to pick it up. He's going to hand it off and go to the bench for an attacker. Wiesbrot. Hands, takes that pass. He's got Thomas on this side. He opts to go over to the righties. Now Thomas will get it. But the pace of this game is already just way up from everything we've seen in the tournament.
Such high-level lacrosse.
Yeah. Rigorous defense by the Canadians as well. They are also getting out. You're not seeing a lot of passivity. They actually had Nick Apilo lost his stick for a moment.
The Americans got to get away from this, these shots down the alley like this. This is exactly what Canada wants. Although it might seem like it's there, it might be a good shot opportunity. You got your hands free. I mean, they're going to gobble that up all day.
Sagu, nice job getting ahead. We've seen him and Shung, I think, have really been impressive in the transition game, along with Weatherby.
They all
have. Everywhere.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of good work for these Canadians. Green, the captain for Canada, really driving things back. He's going to be coming off the bench here right now. Turlick takes it for the U.S. along the boards. Trey Turlick gets a pick from Sebastian, tosses over to the top. You can see Katz thinking about the pass and realizing there was somebody ready to jump that route. Hard outside shot late in the shot clock. Heads up play by Weatherby. He's just going to muck until the 30 expires and get us a free possession.
IQ play by Weatherby.
Yeah.
I expect nothing less.
No, he's a smart kid. Obviously the IQ on these teams way higher than some of the teams where you've got guys who just haven't had the chance. That's why they're playing, some of them, to get that kind of experience. The Australians in particular, Rick Benedict saying they've got, what's going on?
That was just a really funky-looking set play, and look how wide open that Canadian was cutting through off the Heasy now. And some Americans that end up with it.
Yeah. But Rick Benedict saying with Australia, they've got 5 or 6 15 and 16-year-olds on the team. There's some young kids on the team, right?
That's
they
a
haven't
big
had a chance
difference.
to play. Yeah. They have not, and these are, you're looking at 19 and 20-year-olds here for the most part, some 18-year-olds. So there is a lot of experience in these games, not as much elsewhere. So you expect it. Here's Sagu. Takes a look, sees what he's got, gets himself in position. Big save, Curtis.
Oh, he had him stepping too. Completely had him stepping to the opposite side, and he just, jeez, got robbed there by the chicken wing.
It's a great save.
Beautiful save.
Turlick across to the far side. Spinning away is Guiney. They try to get it to Turlick in the middle. It pops out. Canada's going to go for a run. Green with it. He's got Weatherby ahead. Nice job by Sebastian taking away the passing lane.
Great job by Sebastian taking away. I still think you can plop that over his head.
Right.
One hopper, right? That's a way to get him that ball, but high risk,
lead
high
the ball.
reward, right?
Yeah, earlier though.
Yes.
Yeah. Wiesbrod came into open space and passed it off just as he was actually getting a lane. Oh, but they find a nice pass there to Elliott. He gets a good shot.
That's the
Stopped
thing.
by Curtis. Yeah.
That's the thing. When you get pressed like this, it's those little give and goes that race to the cage off that, just passing it to the half wall. It can be so effective. And then it makes the Americans respect you that way, right? Now they start to backpedal a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. Violation by the U.S. and Canada is going to get the ball here.
That gets sent across. Picked off by the Americans, though. And guess who? It's Landers.
And a 2-on-1. Nice seal by Rutherford. And the goal! What a play, Landers. We've called him the gritty beauty. And he shows it there in a bit of grit from Rutherford with the seal. We saw a play earlier where we said, go seal. That's how you do it.
And don't get me wrong, folks. I'm a big fan of Landers. He is most definitely a gritty beauty, as we like to call him up here in the booth. But this is all Rutherford, right? Getting the contact on that. And look at him still slipping through just in case Landers does pass him that ball. Landers keeps it and puts it in the twine.
A lot of good stuff from Rutherford, who was, I believe, was our player of the game last night. Was he not for the US?
Yeah.
He was
real
great.
Good.
Terrific game.
Woo!
There's a chance. Oh boy.
Jeez.
Tompkins has gone down. We have another Canadian player down in Weatherby.
Oh, my goodness.
They just slid quickly into those boards.
I think he's all right, thankfully. That looked way worse from up here, or at least from my angle, our angle.
Let's get another look at that when we get a
Yeah.
chance. Here we go. Oh,
In slow motion, it actually doesn't look that bad.
no, he was kind of slowing down. And Carl was actually, or Forney, was it Forney or Carl? Carl coming back is actually rolled over him and absorbed some of the impact of the boards. Drive to the net by Turlick.
Ouch, head first on the post.
Yeah,
And
Green
you're gonna
kind
hear
of
it.
drove him into the goalie and then got upset with him for being there. The classic.
It's the best. It's the best play as a defender.
Get off my goalie. You checked me into him. Shut up.
Yeah.
Myers.
Here's a
hands it up.
knuckle sandwich. Yeah. All right.
Dumoulin flips it over. Waddy keeps it moving.
Oh.
Sick move. Smith buries.
This is all by design, or at least I imagine, right? Smith gets this on the half wall from the point man. I'll have to check the replay to see who it was, but Smith gets it nonetheless. And watch this. So it's not that one, but regardless, Smith gets it, and he just takes one step up like he's going to get into a two-man game with that point man, and then just takes him underneath, burns him hard, and sends it short side.
Great first step there. We were talking earlier today about guys with good first steps. Saying, Mitch Jones of the Wings and Daniel Craig, who you're saying might have the best
The
in
best.
the NLL.
Yeah, I would say the best.
And again, to be clear, we're not saying comparing Smith to Daniel Craig or Mitch Jones. That would be kind of ridiculous to expect a youngster to live up to those standards. But that's the kind of play. I mean, that's what can do it. What can happen when you have that first step? Thomas pulls it down, fights through. What a great job. Canada is going to the net today.
And that's what's going to win you these games, Stamper, is being able to get through the contact, get to the middle, and jam. Just like we saw here. Right? Going right through the stick. If you ever see a defender with one hand on his stick, or he's kind of approaching you with two hands and he's kind of extended, just run right through that thing.
Yep. I had Pat Coyle, Hall of Fame defender and coach of the Colorado Mammoth. Just a great lacrosse mind. I had him on my Lax Beat podcast a few years ago, and I asked him, as a Hall of Fame defender, as one of the greats, you see a lot of these guys, what do you see that you like, and is there anything different about the game, anything that you don't care for with the way the game's played these days? And he said, guys waving the stick around in one hand, hate it. And it's the same, like, it's just not going to be an effective way of stopping the big, strong players.
The only time one hand on your stick is effective is to catch the ball. That's it.
Yes.
And I guess pick off passes. But
sometimes the big swinging one-handed wrap check. That should
sometimes
probably be a penalty for the most part.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would say.
There's another drive to the net. Tompkins gets one off.
Depends on the player, right? Risk and reward.
Yeah.
It's not just
It's not binary.
exactly right.
Yeah. You were talking about Zach Courier earlier, and there's Schultz flirting with disaster at the center line, but makes a nice pass over to Sebastian. You're saying Zach Courier with the overhead
Yeah,
wrap check. I mean, he's brilliant.
yeah. That was the man I learned that from, just from watching, right?
Nice flip pass. It just a little bit too far for Guiney. Nice effort there by Katz. Raphael Katz with the lob pass. Here's going to be some good forechecking from Sebastian. He was our player game the first game that the U.S. played. Just such a terrific, gritty effort.
Yeah, tons of grit on both sides here tonight.
Elliott looking for a shot, takes it now. Curtis swallows it up.
Routine for Curtis.
Yeah. He spent the summer with the New Westminster Salmon Bellies. Didn't make the playoffs, which obviously he was hoping to get, to a Minto Cup with them, but he loved that experience. Oh, great pickoff. And Irwin, there's a nice little lob pass, just a bit far, but there you go. Fernandez can just run onto it. Here's Smith. Absorbs a check from Duffus, who heads to the bench. Canada will set up the offense with Myers. They've got Waddy down in the corner, popping about.
Here. Oh,
What's that?
no, they didn't go for it. I thought they were going to swing to the opposite side. Ouch. Rutherford just absolutely trampled.
Yeah.
Number 7.
That's Waddy coming through the middle. Paid the price to get the shot off.
If you're the Americans, that's what you want to do, right? You want to make them pay the price to hopefully stop them from getting in the middle.
Nice footwork and defense by Weatherby. That's a diving attempt, and it is a good goal. It's a great play, but just stepping in the crease to nullify the goal. And then Pusick delivered a hard shot to Green, who'd been upset about him heading in there. There was a lot going on behind the play. Here's Sebastian. Green had a really gritty shift there. He was out at the top hitting guys. He was like chasing them out to the boards to get contact. You can tell Canada's intent on playing an effective physical game. There's a drive to the net for Guiney. That's stopped, and it's in the gear of DiBattista. Gets out, and that's going to be a little push in the back from Guiney on Fernandez, and that'll bring him back to the bench.
Look at the speed.
Nicopilo. Oh, great save.
Wow.
Elliott.
That was a check in the crease, was it not?
No, he actually pulled up. I was just going to say, he actually started to swing and stopped.
Smart play from Elliott.
Yeah, really heads-up play. Watch this. You're going to see right here. Great attempt, and then keep it rolling if we can. Right after that.
All good. Stamper gave us a really good description of what happened afterward.
Weisbrod hands it off to Myers. Here's Tompkins. Elliott. Watched by James Guiney. He's the brother of JP, so there are 22 as JP. Oh, what a shot! Beautiful play to roll off there, and it is banged home by Weisbrod.
Good job, Weisbrod. Now, watch on the 3-man side here. I'm not sure if we're going to actually catch it, but there's tons of traffic inside. Cutter's right. And then Weisbrod pops up here, get into the middle once again, and then this time goes down the alley and finishes short side. Great work from the Canadians.
You notice how hesitant the Americans are to come out of the center with so many Canadians crashing the middle.
That's
You can get them to have that little hesitation.
That's it. They sink them in, then extend them out. Watch this two-man right off the bench. Oh, it was perfect, but unfortunately just a little too much. You can't extend your arms on those cross checks, and it looks like he's going to get penalized.
It's delay a game.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
I thought it was off the cross check because the
We'll see.
American fans were going nuts. Yeah, it's got to be.
So there's a discussion in the scorer's box. It's going to be delay game.
Yep.
Yeah, for
You
rolling it
nailed it.
away after the check. So the illegal pick, here you'll see it. This is definitely an illegal pick. And then watch, right there. Just rolled it down the corner. You can't do that anymore. Also, I had Colin Doyle on my podcast when the NLL brought the new rules in where they emphasized the quick restart. You can't roll it away. And I asked him after a preseason game, how was the new rule? And he said, yeah, I got a penalty for delay game. I won't do it again. We figured it out. You call that, and they get it. Here's Carl. Hard shot, scores. Did that get under the arm?
No, that was over top.
It was
of
over
his
the
right,
shoulder.
or his left shoulder. Excuse me. Yeah, and can't be dropping to your knees in this scenario, I don't think, if you're the Canadian netminder, right? Not really a reason to do that. If you just stand tall here, you got all angles covered. But regardless, Carl is a world-class shooter. He's not going to miss from that spot, and he scored a lot of goals from here. So Carl with a nice rep.
It's interesting because you see it's such a common thing for goalies to go to their knees. And I often wonder why. It doesn't seem like it's covering the most net possible.
It's counterintuitive.
Yeah.
That's because, yeah, anyways. I don't even play goalie, so I can't
Right.
stand up here and judge.
You have played
Even
goalie,
though I
you
just
don't
did.
even feel.
Even though I just did.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
I did play against U11, so I'm an expert now. Regardless, Canada.
Oh, nice attempt down low. Tompkins couldn't quite get a hold of it, and Curtis reaches out. He's got Rutherford.
Oh!
What a pass!
Oh!
It's no goal.
Oh my!
It's just after the buzzer. The Americans know it was after
That
the
was
buzzer.
the craziest pass.
Wow. The fans are
Wow.
booing. They want that goal to count. In their hearts, they think it's a goal. In their heads, they know
Somebody
it's not.
please clip
that, yeah,
We need to
save that
clip
one.
that immediately.
That
Can we get a replay with the time up too? Oh my!
We don't
look at
have the
this.
time up on
Full
there, but
extension.
that's a great
Just
catch.
sails it.
Oh. Unfortunately, we can't see it with the time up there because we just didn't have it. But I'll tell you, it was after the buzzer, 100%.
100%. You were watching for it.
Absolutely.
I was.
Absolutely.
I
I heard it. I
mesmerized.
saw it, and I heard it. But I tell you, my heart wants that to be a goal too.
But so badly.
That play, like
So
Jackson
bad.
Curtis with the sidearm rip, has been dynamite in this tournament.
Like-
And Rutherford reaching up to get that's gorgeous. That might be the best play of the tournament, even if it doesn't count.
Yeah, by a mile.
Yeah.
By a mile so far.
Yeah.
The pass alone,
Yeah.
like
What a
unbelievable.
great catch too, though.
Yeah,
I mean-
absolutely. Full speed on the run with that thing humming at you, probably
Yeah.
80 miles an hour.
Yeah. It's interesting. Well, it probably slowed down by the time I got the length of the floor. But yeah, it was
I
going
thought it
pretty
was speeding
quick.
up.
Okay. Sure it was. But you've talked, here we go, to see some highlights of that first quarter that sees Canada leading 3-2. But you've talked about the small windows that Christian Del Bianco throws into. That was a window the size of the head of the stick.
Reminiscent.
Yeah.
Like it's literally, is he the next Christian Del Bianco? Or is he
Okay.
just a thing of his own?
Pump the brakes a little. Yeah.
Money.
No, I know.
Did you just
passing,
see that
yes,
pass?
Passing-wise. We've had some great There was a goal a few years ago in this tournament. Deacon Knott playing for Canada.
I know Deacon.
In-
Yeah,
oh,
Deacon Knott,
you
yeah.
remember that one?
Fantastic player, yeah.
Oh, my God. The pass he made down the floor. You'll have to check that one out. It's on. It's out there on the socials. From it was gorgeous. And I think it was in the gold medal game, actually, against Haudenosaunee. But, unbelievable. I don't know if it doesn't hold up to this, though. This was hard. The level of degree of difficulty on that pass. And, guys, when we get a chance, let's just run that again, just because it's worth seeing when there's a pause. Right now, we're
Like,
going
that
to
was
get to
magic.
action. It was gorgeous. 3-2 Canada by a whisker of a second. And Fernandez is out there to battle Landers. Green with a big bump, but he couldn't get the ball. Forney has it. He's got one with him. Oh, nice idea. Just threw the ball right at Turlick's feet. I actually thought Forney was going to fake it and pull it back and shoot because he had DiBattista looking to his right a bit. Here's Wick, gets it across to Sebastian. Turlick, they move it on. They've got direction of traffic from Pusick. He's just going to say, he will pass it through. Nice attempt by Turlick, went underhand.
And that's a fake rattle that they just ran there. The Canadians were reading it. They're like, rattle. Yeah. And then he just slipped to the middle.
Cutting underneath, Pusick dives.
That's
it's a goal. We saw a beautiful play at the other end that was wiped out because of stepping on the crease. This one is clean.
Yeah, look at how horizontal Pusick gets here on this crease dive. Wow. Just completely beats the Tenny to the far side. And that's near impossible to stop for any goaltender. Like how? Oh, is it?
Oh
I totally
goodness,
missed
it. Really
it.
is.
Oh,
it's like halfway
I was too
in.
busy looking at the
It was a great
the
dive.
cage.
It was a gorgeous play, but he was absolutely in the crease.
The Canadians are owed one by the Lacrosse
Yes.
gods. Count it.
Yeah.
Take note of it.
I'll tell you, though, the U.S. had one coming after that half second after the buzzer goal that, of course, didn't count appropriately.
Absolutely. They were owed a debt.
Through the crease, first to play the ball. Fowler takes off with it. He's got a man coming off the bench. Oh, right idea. The pass did get through off the post. Oh, U.S. almost had it. Sagu comes racing in, knocks it away. Big bump from Green. Ball pops up and he'll get it. Sees the hit coming, steps around it. Nice pass ahead to Sagu. Can they get someone off the bench to join him? They do. No transition chance, so they're going to slow it down a little. 18 on the shot clock. They're just getting the fifth attacker out now. It'll be Elliott coming to, looks like he's going to set a pick. Does. Smith had him, almost got it through there. Wiesbrod with a hard rip. Great pickup.
Oh!
Goal! Oh my goodness. Dumoulin.
You want to talk about grit, right? We talk about it all the time. And this is a picture-perfect example of what grit looks like. Following up the shot, one-handed on his stick with 4 Americans draped all over him, paying the price and putting it in the back of the cage.
Wow.
Dumoulin.
Super impressive. Penalty coming to Canada. It's a 2-on-1 for the U.S. Good call to shoot that one by Duffus, but he just missed on the far side. He'll be grabbed there by Irwin, and that will cause the play to be blown down. It's Fernandez, the face-off guy. It's a slashing call.
Yuck.
So Canada pulled ahead 4-3 on the spectacular Dumoulin goal. The U.S. is going to have a chance to come back, and boy, this is living up to our expectations.
Yeah, this is exactly what we've been hyping it up to be, and it's been nothing short of it. So,
Pusick at the top, gets it back from Carl. He's got Katz there. Just a rip from the outside. I feel like you need more movement.
you need more movement, and those two crease guys at the bottom of your screens, and we'll get to it just in a second.
Yeah, delayed penalty coming once the U.S. comes away with the ball. It's going to be a check from behind. It's going to be Carl heading off. Go ahead.
Yeah, the 2 American crease players are literally just, they're burying themselves kind of behind their defenders, right? You don't have to be on top of the crease to catch a quick stick and put it in the cage. We've all seen Vol play for the past couple days. He'll literally catch one from the half wall and send a quick stick right in the back of the net, right? So don't bury yourself there. Try to get wider. Always be looking to find those lanes.
Canada's going to try to actually, we're 4-on-4. That's right, because that Carl penalty just evens things up. So we've got 1:25 left of 4-on-4 action. Elliott, hard rip. That goes off of Landers, who doesn't even flinch, just starts looking for the ball. Guiney tries to get it. Landers runs onto it, but it's Schaller that comes away eventually. It's a case of follow the bouncing ball.
The greasy ball.
Yeah. Guiney to the far side.
Oop.
That one gets away. Actually rolls all the way to DiBattista. He's looking for the man off the bench, but they're not ready. You're having a little apoplexy here because nobody was ready to come off the bench. Wiesbrod did get out there, but the door wasn't open. They did not have him ready. Now he drives to the crease and scores. 4-on-4. It works out just fine, the delayed entry.
I love that finish.
Yeah.
Absolutely love this finish. You fake high, and as you're coming across the goaltender, right, you almost like float this bouncer, right? It can go 5-hole, but it's even more effective if you can put it short side because this goaltender is going to come right with you. Let's see where he puts it here just with a better angle. I think it was 5-hole there from my angle, right? Yeah. Or from our angle, excuse me. But yeah, regardless, great job getting underneath and taking one for himself.
5-3, Canada pulls ahead. We got a lot of action coming in the next 41 minutes. Terrific game so far. There's Landers getting out on Myers. Still 4-on-4 for a bit. A lot of space. Guys like Tompkins, who has the ball now, love that. He can move around. Nice save, Curtis. It's in his gear. He'll pop it out. Here's Rutherford. They're looking for the man off the bench, but Canada has their eyes on him. And Rutherford knows that a long bomb pass would have been dangerous there. Canada's penalties released. They go to the power play for 20 seconds here.
Yeah,
Wick is staying up high. And the coach is calling to their players to get off.
I'll have one shot if they can get it off, but I don't think they're going to get it in time.
No. Here comes Carl, and the Canadians do a good job letting Elliott know that he was on his way. Smith with the rip. Just a hand on it by Curtis. Rolls out to Elliott. Here's Myers. Oh, that was a little awry for Thomas from on the behind the back pass. Sidearm pass again. This one to Schultz. There's the player off the bench. You got him. Oh, beautiful. I thought Schultz had waited too long. He had not. Gets it through to Pusak, who jumps and finishes.
Is that 2 for Pusak?
That is 2 for Pusak.
Pocket Pusaks. Great pass here. Once again, the Americans doing such a great job of playing fast, getting up the floor, and transitioning the ball, right? I think this is the second or third time we've seen this exact scenario this period, right?
Yep.
And it all starts with just being athletic.
Yeah, such a centerpiece of the selection process, which is quite extensive for these U.S. teams.
Yeah.
It's not like a lot of the other teams that have to kind of pull people together at the last minute, have a list, and then kind of pull it. They are going through tryouts. Here's Forney coming in, decides to pull back out, but they pull a team together. And I think one of the results is they're more of a team than anybody else here. Everyone else is really having a lot of time and effort into getting to know each other, getting to feel for each other. Oh, and Sebastian was just about to come pick.
Look at this.
Turlick thought he was rolling. Now Weatherby on the break. Huge goal, Weatherby. We talked about the transition game could be a difference maker for Canada before the game. It's starting to be now.
Absolutely. And I personally love seeing grinders get rewarded in transition. So it's great to see Weatherby obviously breaking up the floor here as he always is. He always seems to be in the right place at the right time, right? And that's not by coincidence. Sends this one short side. Great goal by Weatherby.
I asked the Canadian coaches how many, because Weatherby was our player of the game in Canada's first game in the tournament, and I said, wow, he must have had like 7 loose balls off the faceoffs, and they're like 7? Keep going.
How many was it?
They didn't know. They weren't sure at that point, but it was a lot.
I would love to actually get the exact number just because yeah, he's been such an animal, such a vacuum, right?
He's just always there.
He is.
Here's the goal again. You said it, just maybe a little fake, but just get your shot.
And again, just that little step, right? Like you see the tendy, just kind of take that little step to the far pipe, send it short side, boom. And look who it is.
It's Weatherby. He's got that knack. He's quick, so he can get where he's going, but he knows where to go. That's such a big part of it. He's going to stay for the offensive shift. Gets the pick and actually rolled open for a bit. Here's a drive to the net.
Wow.
Great goal. Dumoulin again.
Now, as the lowest guy on defense, basic principles here. Cannot get beat underneath like this, right? Gotta switch up your footing and force and filter this Canadian over top as opposed to giving him the lane underneath, because if you do, that's going to be happening all night. Great move and great finish.
Yeah. That, I believe, is that 3? That's 3 for Dumoulin tonight. He's been terrific.
It's been fantastic.
So dynamic, eh? Here's Katz. Sidearm shot, nice save. DiBattista is going to bounce through his crease, get away, and picked up by Pusick. Takes a little bump. Irwin getting feisty with Pusick. Backdoor pass to Guiney. Great job by Sagu. Carl shoved out of the way by Fernandez. Then Curtis eats that one up. But the Canadian defense is playing well.
Very well. And they just keep forcing the Americans down these alleys for these low percentage shots, right? Americans got to get over top.
We talked about the other day, you know, when these teams play in this anticipated matchup, how much do you show? Because it was like, here's a great pass, Wallace scores! And they show a beautiful piece of touch passing. Pregnant threes, 6-9, Myers to Wallace to the back of the net.
And again, this is just offensive awareness, right? Whenever teams press out, just pass and cut, right? If somebody's going to meet you all the way out there, all you got to do is just run by him. You could even just stick rip him, juke him, do whatever you can just to get to the net first and have your teammate find you. Canada is fired up right now.
Now, is this a water break, or has the U.S. taken a timeout?
Timeout.
Yeah, so timeout. They've got to just try and pull things together. And I was just saying, we talked about how much do you show in this game when it was the pretty consensus likely gold medal match. Preview. You figure they're probably going to be playing again in the gold medal game. That's all out the window because the U.S. has to win this game.
Yeah, you gotta throw everything in the kitchen sink. Yeah, you gotta make it like you're fighting for your lives, basically, for a gold medal game. So
yeah, and if you're Canada, you win this game, you pretty much take out the people who beat you in the gold medal game last year, and you're one of the leading rivals this year. There's a goal by Dumoulin. There's Weatherby, and you're just seeing like that's some great shooting by this Canadian team.
And nothing fancy there, right, folks? No? Nothing fancy whatsoever.
This is a little fancy.
Yeah, that's a little bit more of a Wissy move.
Yeah. Nobody else
Whole
knows what
stream is
Wissy
probably no idea. And I know they don't.
Yeah.
It's okay, folks.
It means good.
Yeah.
Cool. What's it mean? Just good, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll go with that.
Shung gets that one. Oh, U.S. arguing for over and back. It was pretty close. Winds up not hurting them as Dumoulin almost got his fourth. Forney, nice job making that pass out to Guiney. That's just a terrific play.
Yeah, it's those little plays in transition that can really just make or break a team. Or just a simple offensive possession like this.
Yeah, we'll see what they can do. As they're just getting James Guiney off the floor. Katz comes out. He's going to slip through the middle. Nice job defensively by a couple of Canadians, Nicopilo and Green, to just bump away those U.S. players trying to get something going, and then they just muck it up at the end.
Yeah. And sorry, I was getting a little excited there. I thought Canada had an opportunity for a fast break there, but I was mistaken.
That's why I didn't just
got a little too excited.
Didn't throw to you. So I didn't think it was quite as there as you thought.
And I appreciate that about you, Stamper.
Here's a pass up top. Wiesbrod to Myers. Elliott, they're moving it. He's going to let one rip from outside. That's well off the mark, but Myers gets it back and hits Curtis. Nice job to grab that one and spin out by Bomley.
Ooh.
Bomley takes a bump from Sagu up past the midpoint between the restraining line and center. That's way up there to be out playing defense. These Canadians so athletic as well. We've talked about the athleticism of the Americans. The Canadians have a bunch as well. Here's Katz. Oh, lovely. The trend. Shooting on the offside, and he makes it look easy.
And the other trend as well, getting over top, right? Like these Americans, this is all they do in field lacrosse, right? Not to say that they can't play box lacrosse. Obviously they can.
Yes.
But this is a shot that they've been practicing since, youth, right? And I think they need to work more towards getting over top so that they can work towards getting these opportunities. Little scrum here off the face-off, and the Americans come out with it. It's going to be a B-way opportunity, but no, it's bobbled by number 45, Telek. And now it's Wallace with it, who picks it up for the Canadians, moves it up to Weatherby. He gets it over half.
He's going to slow it down, and he thought about staying for another offensive shift, but he'll head off. Nice job there by Schaller. Or sorry, that's Schultz to get it away from Tompkins. Good job, and there was Rutherford coming up with it. It was too early to muck. There was about 14 seconds left on the shot clock.
I was more so palms up just because I was like, of course it's Rutherford that comes out
Of
with
course.
it.
I didn't see the palms up.
Yeah. No. Okay,
yeah,
great.
I can see it. It's always Rutherford.
Always.
We've seen some kids coming through this program who just think, there's so much upside. I want to get some more info on Rutherford. Oh, what an attempt by Katz. As he is knocked down, a perfectly clean hit. He was a little off balance, and then the long bomb pass.
My goodness. Again, right on target. Just couldn't make the catch. But that was like right in his stick.
Had some heavy pressure, did Wiesbrod. Ardell with the ball.
You can't be taking shots from there.
Yeah. Especially when somebody's right on you.
Yeah, it's not going to work.
Guiney gets it to Pusick behind the back. That's blocked out front. Now Canada, do they have it? No, it rolls over to their bench, so that'll take away their chance to run. Green's going to check anyway. He'll get up over center. It's not there, so he gives it off to Wiesbrod. Dumoulin. Elliott looking behind the net, and Rutherford takes that away. Here's Waddy. Canadians working on the weak side.
Good D.
Nice job by Jackson to go get it. And he's looking up the floor. It wasn't there. Great job by Murray, number 11 for Canada, to go and pick up Duffus coming off the bench. And the Americans are looking in this second quarter for that break off the bench every time. Nice drive to the net by Catch, but a stop by DiBattista. And he's looking up the floor too. Here comes Thomas off the bench. Second guy is Wallace. They get it to him. He actually looked like he was ready, then sort of looked away as though he was like the moment had passed. So I'm not sure he was prepared for the pass to arrive. Here's Schaller. Schaller having a strong game for the U.S., best we've seen him play. Wick watched by Weatherby. There's a lot of quick feet between those two.
Yeah.
Duffus gets it over. Here's Sebastian.
Oh.
A lot of congestion in front. He tries to rip through it.
Now was that not a reset, or? I thought he hit the 10. Did he not?
I don't think so.
No? Okay. This just in, I'm blind.
Old news. Nah, you got a great eye. Just not in that particular instance. we all have tough ones. I had one earlier that I thought had hit the tender. and it was all the way back. Here's a great pass through the middle. Tompkins tries to bury it, loses his stick in the process.
Keep pushing here.
Yep. Fowler's going to pull up as there wasn't really anything available. Here comes Katz. He will not slow down. He was seriously thinking about that shot.
He very well could have taken it.
Yeah.
It might later on. Oh.
That, I'm not saying it's not an illegal pick, but you call it when the pick's made, right?
Yeah. Instead of, yeah, exactly.
Here comes Canada to the net. Spanos diving. It's good. Spanos with the goal. What a play. We've talked about the defenders needing to get involved, and there it goes.
Well, I'm just going to be completely honest. I kind of missed it because I was talking to the crew, but I'm excited to see the replay.
You're going to like it.
All right, what do we got here? I know it's a defender, obviously. Oh, man. That is a beauty crease dive.
So
Woo!
the U.S. are looking at the replay and saying, yeah, he's on the crease, which I think he probably was, but we know Pusick was earlier.
Yeah, 100%.
So those are balancing out.
Give and take, right? Like
TJ Carlos talking to the official saying, hey, he's on the crease. It's funny, you don't often hear coaches or players yell, hey, he was on the crease, but you know what? We had one earlier, so that's okay.
No, it's usually just.
Here we go. Let's take another look. I'm not 100% sure. They're looking again, and I'll tell you, I don't know.
Honestly, like he's not jumping directly toward the goaltender.
No.
Like he's jumping away from him.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, did his foot touch the line? Is it a penalty they're arguing for? I thought they were saying he stepped on the crease line.
Oh, see, I thought they were arguing that
it was goalie interference.
Yeah. But I think crease would probably make more sense.
Don't suspect the U.S. got the resolution to that situation they were hoping for.
What do you mean? The coaches look so happy over there. That's a cool shot from our camera crew.
Yeah. I like the green balls.
Yeah, no, they're pretty sharp and hard to miss.
Yeah.
That's
the whole point,
thing.
right?
Yeah.
The nets, too. I mean, the yellow nets, I know that's the, I believe they're from Max Lax, sorry. But, yeah, I mean, those, the yellow nets, just really visible. Very distinctive. So we have an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty to the Americans. I think a bench minor as Ardell is serving it. That's going to give Canada a chance to extend this 9-5 lead. We're coming down to the final minute of the first half. Make sure you join us for the second. It is obviously going to be a dandy. I'm Steven Stamp with Aaron Forster. Here's Katz going to the net. What a drive. Nice save by DiBattista, who's been a bit of a forgotten man because the Canadians have put so much pressure on it at the other end and done so much elsewhere, but he's been good. Great catch. Oh, Myers. Can you believe that one?
That is filthy for Myers. Coming off the bench, full speed, right? Once again, presenting that target for the transition players. You could tell he wanted that one, right? Like, you can see him shaking his stick. Give it to me, right? Gets it. Dumps it short side. Myers with a terrific goal.
Oh, that is so tricky, spinning like that.
Yeah.
The proprioception you need to have, you know, the body and spatial awareness is pretty remarkable. I mean, you look at this Canadian offense and you say, who's the star? I don't know. I don't know if there is really a star per se. They've had, I mean, Smith can absolutely crank it. Here's Thomas. He's had some great plays. Bangs that one off the post. You know, Dumoulin tonight, it's a committee that is making it awfully tough on opposing defenses. Schaller comes away with it.
And they don't have a timeout, right?
No, they don't.
So they got to go.
They got to go. 12 seconds.
And you don't want to go that fast because now Canada's going to call timeout.
Yep. Yeah, they have a timeout. You got to stop the clock.
Why are they not stop? Why were they not given a timeout? I saw 5 different people calling timeout on the floor.
There should be about 10 seconds, 9 seconds maybe. There's a U.S. player down on the floor. Hopefully he's all right. Right now there's 0.2 of a second showing on the clock. There should be a timeout with about 9 seconds to go. Not sure if it's going to be awarded, or if it's not, then the half's over.
I'm hoping they do give him the extra time, just because I do want to see a 6-on-5.
Yes.
Just want to see a look here.
So it's 10-5 for Canada. I'm going to go over the standings again to just give you a sense of where things stand. Canada is 2-0. Scotland and the U.S. are both 2-1. That's going to be halftime. Yeah, they're saying it was just 0.2. They're going to wave it off and deal with the fallen American player. We'll give you an update on that when we come back in the second half. But this is a great game. Stick with us. I'm Steven Stamp. He's Aaron Forster. This is the 2024 IIJL World Junior Lacrosse Championship. We'll be back in 12 minutes.
capitalizing on the chances in transition. The Americans have had plenty of chances. They just can't really solve the puzzle right now.
And Weatherby comes away with it and peels back before center line. And there's been some discussion of the face-off rule, when you're allowed to go back over center and when you're not. And it looks like the officials may have spoken to them, because here's a dive. It's a goal.
Oh.
Elliott.
The dramatic pause.
And that wasn't the field lacrosse pause. That was waiting to see if the ball was in.
Me as well. I mean, this is kind of the story of the game so far, I feel like. It's transition and then getting beat underneath for these crease dives. These Canadians are way too fast to allow them to get a step on you underneath. Americans really got to reconsider here. Probably start to filter these guys up top as opposed to potentially getting burnt like that.
And Jackson Curtis was having a bit of a discussion with the official, and I feel like it was probably saying, hey, it hit me, I got some of it, so by the time it was in, it would have, Elliott would have landed in the crease.
Oh,
so
yeah, that's
good
actually
point, right?
pretty
if we
spicy
get
argument.
another look at it. You know what, I don't know that we're going to have an angle. We might have an angle from down in the corner. I don't know, if we get a chance at some point, I'd be curious to see. The thing is, the camera would actually have a better angle if he's on this side than the official would have from the far side. It would have been awfully hard for him to see exactly when the ball went in.
100%.
In which case, I don't know, do you call it a goal? Do you not? I mean, you just got to do the best judgment you can.
My question is when will we see video review?
Oh! It will be sometime after we see the first goal of the tournament from Murray. Number 11 for Canada, and the defense is pitching in the way we thought could make a difference.
And just like we were saying, transition, getting beat underneath. This time it's transition. It's Murray. Look at the swath of Canadians swarming towards the goal. It's Murray with just a nifty little bounce shot.
The U.S. trying to respond. Duffus gets a pick from oh my goodness, Bomley, thank you. That one's going to miss and get out of play, and Weatherby will eventually pick that one up. He's going to come back to start the play in his own end. Hands it off to Wiesbrod, goes to the bench. Canada will get the fifth attacker out, and the U.S., as Duffus goes off, will get their fifth defender, and wide open in front. And I think the U.S. was like me paying attention to Thomas coming off the bench and just lost track. Was that Dumoulin cutting through the middle?
It was Dumoulin. And that's the problem when you start to play this north-south defense, right? Yeah. This high-low defense, if you will. You can slip like that, and it just opens up all sorts of good opportunities.
That's going to be an over and back. DiBattista drops it in the corner. Do you think he was told by the official to go to that corner? Because you've talked about how you have the choice. Why not roll it away where the guy isn't there?
You have the choice unless explicitly told by the ref it's going to be this corner.
Yeah. Sebastian, nice footwork, but Green fights his way through the pick to get out on him, and then Green again. You can see why he's the captain. He's a returning member of this team, and he has been terrific for them.
So yeah, so much heart. Yeah. Exactly what you want out of your captain.
Oh, there's a breakaway chance, but it's going to be nullified by a penalty.
Oh, no, that's going to be another one too, I think.
Another one?
Yeah, I think he slashed him afterwards as well.
Let's see.
Watch.
2 for holding. That's it.
Oh, thank goodness. I thought he slashed him as well.
Spanos, who had the beautiful goal earlier, gets 2 for bulldogging.
Yeah, I think there's a case for holding there.
Yeah, calf roping. Pusick at the top. He wasn't sold on that fake. He gets it back. Pusick at the top. Over to Carl. I don't know that I love the passing around the top, because especially with Sago and Weatherby, they just seem quite capable of moving back and forth with you. But only 3 seconds left for the U.S. on the shot clock. They almost get it on. That will be an over and back, but it won't matter as the 30 expired anyway.
They're definitely more than capable of moving back and forth, but I thought Pusek was actually doing a fantastic job of working those two guys, dragging, right? Making them commit to you and then sending the ball.
True. Backdoor attempt. Elliott has turned aside. What a pass by Myers after his gorgeous goal earlier, trying to get a nice assist as well. Robert and Rutherford, pretty nifty footwork to avoid any hazard around the center line. Pusek at the top again. Let's see what he can do this time. We'll try and skip it back door. Gets away from Turlick. TJ Carl comes up with it. Benjamin Pusek's shot is a little bit wide, and Green's going to come up with it and immediately whip it ahead to Weatherby, who had a look forward. Thought, nope, no good angle. We'll just go on the penalty kill. Tompkins is slipping in the back door, and Guiney just noticed him. Tompkins is standing there left-handed. Am I imagining things, or is he a righty? Yeah, no, he was just trying to fool them.
Reed Reinhold actually did that in the NOL one time, and it worked perfect.
Nice. Hard shot by Wiesbrod late in the 30. That's perfect timing. About a second to go, he lets it rip off the foot of Curtis, and had he been able to get the ball, would have been a reset, obviously, but instead, it will be the U.S. coming back up on the power play set. If you're going to shoot, you need to do it fairly soon. They do. That's not bad timing. Are they going to get back? They do get a fresh 30. Now they're going to have to wait a bit. Hispanos comes out.
I think I'd rather see Carl just barrel right through the middle there instead of taking that shot from the outside. He had such a great scissor set.
Oh, there's a lane for Pusek. Another stop by DiBattista. Making sure Pusek's all right. He'll head off to the bench, and Canada comes forward. 12-5, the Canadians lead. It's a pretty casual grab by Smith. Oh, what a rocket from Myers.
These Canadians are just shooting the lights out tonight. It feels like they cannot miss. And it's against a very worthy goaltender from the Americans, right? Curtis has been stellar. But these Canadians, when they have this much time and space, they're not missing much. And I got to say, I love the seal from Murray there in transition, right?
Yeah.
That's what opens up that shot. Beautiful look for the Canadians.
Weatherby unhappy with the call, but it will be U.S. possession.
Yeah, again, we see that savvy little step backwards.
Yeah, I was just going to say, we've talked about all these Canadians come up. They have the lacrosse IQ from years and years of playing. Here's a great chance in front. He scores. Duffus. And that is an example of the two, the step over center and that beautiful pick and roll play of the American lacrosse IQ rising and rising.
Yeah, it's beautiful work. Okay. Now, I talk about that north-south up pick all the time, right? This is a slip here, right? Makes a perfect read. And look at this feed. The feed is almost better than the finish. Just threads the needle right into him.
Was it you on Box Lacrosse Breakdown that was talking about during the playoffs, windows get tighter, you just got to feed it in, you got to have a go?
I don't think so.
No, somebody was talking about that, saying things get tight, just make the pass in. During the playoffs, during intense times, you just got to make the pass. And count on your skill, count on your receiver, your teammate to catch the ball. And I think that's a bit of what we're seeing here. Like, just believe. Have a go. Worst thing that happens is you turn it over.
I think it just comes down to taking risks, right? Like, you got to take risks in this game.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're going to pay for them, sometimes not, right?
And, of course, you're going to get called out by your coaches, by announcers, by whoever if you take risks and they don't work out. But you have to do it.
You're going to get taught how to play goalie by Coach Ronnie, who's never played goalie,
right?
Except for Tyke House League, right?
Don't go to your knees.
Yeah, yeah. Like, what do I know? Well, Carl now.
Yeah. Ducks underneath. Oh, I think, again, you were saying, there's the lane. He can crash in there. Sebastian's got some size, too. Carl rolls. That's a great defensive play. Nice forecheck, but a good job by Nick Apilo to fight through it and just keep going after it.
smoked off the bench, but yes, that is 100% minor interference.
Yeah. Saga will start with it.
But you see what I mean by the Americans? They're in this area all game long.
Yeah.
The one
Here's
time
the
they
collision.
get over. Yeah.
It's a pretty good hit
That
by
was
James
great,
Guiney.
Yeah.
Dumoulin has a hat trick already. Rutherford. Oh, he gets away from Rutherford with the trail check. I want Rutherford on my team.
Me too.
No, you can't have him. I got him.
We'll see about that.
Okay. Elliot Rutherford, what a tournament this young man is having.
Yeah, he's been pretty special to watch.
Drive underneath. Great recovery. What a nice defensive play. Force the Americans late in the clock.
Nothing doing.
They're not going to be able to get it on. That was Weatherby again with the defensive play. He plays big for a pretty small guy. And they have some big defenders too.
Oh yeah.
They're using their size and agility.
He might as well be 6'9".
Might as well. Elliott over to Myers. Oh, great fake. Goes in, twister, just misses, puts it back. Steps in the crease, didn't go in anyway, but what an effort by Myers. This is his best game of the tournament. I think he's looked great.
Grinding, right? Yeah. It looks like he's really turned it up a notch, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
And again, this is what the Americans have to avoid. Oh. Might eat my words here.
There's the drive down the middle. It just pops away. Oh, nice try by Duffus. I like the catch drive down the alley there, but what a recovery by Shung, who has the ball now. Just the footwork. He's so impressive.
I love the footwork. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But it's not working. They got to give their offense a different look here.
Well, let's see what they drum up this time as Turlick. Trey Turlick along the boards. We'll toss it back over to Sebastian. Nice defensive game for Irwin, too, for Canada number 44, getting in the thick of things.
Yeah, I got to give it to the Canadians. They're playing real tough defense, but it's also been extremely easy for them, right? Like, no pressure is trying to get over top. Everything is just in those alley areas, and they're going to eat it up all day, man.
Wiesbrod will take his time as the rest of the Canadian O comes out. Elliott. Bit of a slow possession, which really it's picked off by Forney. Kind of stands out given the fast pace. Look at the wheels by Forney. Wiesbrod doing a pretty good job to affect that shot, but Forney can just fly. Here's Katz.
I feel like we haven't really seen much of that this half so far, the transition, right?
No, and that's a key component for them. Tyler Sebastian, great drive to the net, but DiBattista another stop. Thomas gets it near center. Ducks underneath. Schultz with a bit of a swat. Smith, who's had a relatively quiet game. I mean, compared to the 7 goals he had last night. Outlet pass. Bomley will get over center. There's not much there, so he's just going to leave it for Wick. Carl along the half board. Kurlik with the pick, the slip. There's Pusak with a driving pick on Weatherby.
That's a good take.
Yeah.
I like that take. Still perimeter, mind you. But I like the shot selection of just being in the middle of the floor, right?
Mm-hmm. Wiesbrod. Down to Elliott. He's got Tompkins low. There's about 4 seconds left in the shot clock.
Rutherford's ready to
he's going after Myers.
hip toss someone.
Yeah. I mean, Curtis doesn't like it. He lost his helmet. I get it. And there's going to be a penalty. It kind of looked like he was just diving in. When we see it again, it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, did Curtis have possession of the ball?
Yeah.
And then does he
Right.
make contact?
Right.
Right. Because I don't think he did, personally.
I don't think so either. Here's the play. He didn't have possession. I'm not actually sure what the penalty's for, to be honest.
Maybe it was the penguin slide into the crease directly.
Maybe. I don't know. Oh, here we
2
go.
minutes, penguin slide.
2 minutes for slashing, did you say?
We'll have to take a look at the game sheet
Yeah,
in a few
check
minutes.
that in a minute. Nice save, DiBattista.
Beauty stop.
Sagu comes up with it. Oh, great change of direction and blasts through the defenders, the forecheckers. He's got Weatherby with him. You got to pull that one out from that angle. He does. Smart play by both of them.
Oh, no. Oh, Weatherby could have went there, I thought.
The U.S. has a penalty coming. Is it too many?
Had to.
They had some confusion around the bench as they were coming.
Yeah, it looks like Katz might have been on there for a little too long. I don't know. Delayed.
Now, Canada has 6 players on the floor after the goalie went to the bench, and they're supposed to be shorthanded. You can hear the officials, Drew Petkoff, the coach is yelling too many on Canada, and they should get one because they sent the goalie to the bench and then had 6 guys engaged in the play. There's no question Canada had 6 on the floor.
No doubt about it.
Yeah. You hear Drew Petkoff yelling, they sent 2 for the goalie, and they did. I mean, I guess the officials have to have seen it. This is one where
they're not wrong.
No, I mean, there are times where we do have, I've talked about, we have a better view up here than the officials because there's nobody in the way. From up here, it was obvious that Canada had 6 players on the floor.
Yeah, the eye in the sky doesn't lie, right?
Yeah. The officials having the conversation. I guess you can't call it if you didn't see it. If you didn't see 6 players. The thing is, the American, here, maybe we'll get a look. You'll see Sagu hand it off. Weatherby's going to pull out. There's 3. We're not going to get a chance. That's a tough one for the U.S. if they don't get the even penalties here because there's no question.
Yeah, completely agree. Especially with that much of a commotion is being stirred, right?
Yeah.
Like it was so blatant.
Yeah, and the thing, the Americans started yelling. Okay, there you go. They did call too many men on Canada as well.
Okay, great.
So I was going to say, because the Americans did a great job of starting to yell before the Canadians could get off.
Yeah.
Because players started heading to the bench, but there were still 6 of them out there. Because 2 of them went to the bench, and there were still 4 guys on the floor.
Yeah.
So you could, even if you just did the math, you could figure that out. So somebody's got to get over there for Canada to serve this one. So it'll stay 5-on-4 because they are coincidental offsetting penalties now, right? So it'll just be the minute 15 to Myers that is being served as a time served penalty.
Are you a fan of coincidentals?
Hate them.
Me too.
Yeah. By the way you asked, I suspect you may have had an idea what my answer would be. But yeah, no, do not. Well, actually, that you didn't like them anyway. But yeah, no, I don't care for it. I feel if there's penalties, they should affect the manpower.
Yeah.
What's the point if you just send them to the box? Waddy will go to serve for the Canadians, Ardell for the Americans, and Pusick with a little fake. Now he's got some room, rips it. DiBattista has it. Dropped the ball. He doesn't realize it's out.
Oh, no!
Oh! And that would have been okay. You know, the rule is if the ball is in the crease, you have to possess it in your mesh. You can't just smack it, but you can swat it from outside.
Yeah, again, one of the funny rules in lacrosse, right? But, whew.
It was exciting.
That was a close one.
Yeah. Thomas will blast it with The shot clock just winding down. And this is something, we've seen some of the teams that have been rolling the ball in the corner or, whatever, doing things with 3 or 4 or 5 seconds left. And I know it seems like a little thing, but the difference there of Canada just waiting to the last second, getting your changes made while that guy's waiting to take the shot, they're set here. It makes a difference. 15 seconds left on the power play. Pusek to Carl. Off the crossbar.
Once again, dropping to his knees here.
Yeah.
I hate to be broken record, but stand tall, kid.
Yeah, here comes Myers. Illegal pick that they say he never changed the official's mind, but that one seemed to come after some yelling.
Have the Americans scored a goal on a power play?
Well, let's take a look.
Fact check me on that, please.
Let's see. You got to take the play for a bit while I check this.
Of course. Delayed penalty to the Americans, and things are starting to get a little chippy as frustrations start to rise.
The Americans do not have a power play goal. Canada's got one from Myers. On the outlet pass from Nick Capillo. Fowler will go to the box.
Yeah, I feel like story of the game, special teams, odd man underneath.
Yeah. Well, the amazing thing, we talked about Canada in their first game against, the first game was it the Poland game? Oh, no, the Scotland 19-5 win.
Yes.
Remember we were talking, and I asked you, how many defenders do you think scored? How many goals from defenders? It was 0 or 1, right?
Yeah, it was 1.
It was 1. And, their defenders had not been scoring. They'd had some transition to the guys ahead. There's Myers with a hard rip, but they just hadn't been getting it. The defenders were not really – any transition goals they had were guys, bench transition, obviously, which is fine. But, but you can really see him getting involved here. And there, the power play gets involved. Wallace just tucks that one home after some dandy passing.
It's a pretty feed from Dumoulin. Check this out. Sorry, I pronounced that very French. But I saw you shake your head, and I was like,
No, I was looking
it's the French. It's the French in me. But
you are from the Ottawa area?
No, check this out, right? Loads up his stick, throws it to the crease. That's going to be money all day. Got to find a way to get in a lane there. And also, kudos to the Canadian for finding a lane and presenting a target. 14-6 for Canada.
I did not anticipate this. An 8-goal spread with still 16 minutes to go. See what the U.S. can do to get back into this.
Good call.
Yep, loose ball push. I know one thing, the Canadians, I think it's probably really good for the tournament. It's good for the sport to see the U.S. win last year. To see other nations being able to come and win because they earned it. It wasn't like Canada just fell apart. The U.S. went and won that game. Here's a drive by Cats. Weatherby again, pretty good D. And and the Canadians understood. They're like, hey, okay, we get it. They came and did it. But they were on a mission this year. There's Weatherby recovering again to get out onto Guiney.
Heat.
And it came hard off the backboards. Carl gets the shot. But they were on a mission to put together a team to come and win this tournament, to beat the Americans, to beat anyone who stood in their path. And I'll tell you, so far, it's looking pretty good.
Yeah, it's the Canadian Revenge Tour.
Yeah.
Erie, PA edition.
The U.S. will get possession.
12.5 to go, too.
Yep. 10 seconds. They got to get up there. Down to 7. Turlick. I'm not sure they realize.
You can hear
Pusek sees it. He'll rip one, it'll go wide, and we will hit the three-quarter mark with the score. Canada 14, United States 6. I'm Stephen Stamp with Aaron Forster. We're going to take a 2-minute break, and we'll be back with the fourth quarter at the World Juniors. Welcome back, Lacrosse friends, to the 2024 IIJL World Juniors here in Erie, Pennsylvania. I'm Stephen Stamp. Aaron Forster is with me, and we are delighted to be bringing you these games. And a game that we thought was going to be closer. It's 14-6, 14 minutes and 44 seconds for the U.S. to get back into this one and try to give themselves a chance, a better chance, to get into the gold medal game. But Weatherby will make it an even steeper hill to climb with a lovely goal just 25 seconds into this fourth quarter.
I said it once, I'll say it again. Right place, right time for Weatherby. He's always looking to push, always looking to get to the cage. Obviously, who's not going to take that lane when it's that wide open? Catches and releases, nothing fancy either. Weatherby with another one.
Yeah, it's a beauty. He's been having himself quite a game, quite a tournament. One of those players that I was unfamiliar with before, and you just see them have breakout games and breakout tournaments. It's so much fun to see these guys. And here's Weatherby coming back, IQ play to come back and be available for an outlet. But there are other players, that are really making impressions, and it's pretty cool because we've seen guys play in this tournament over the years. And there's Smith, and that is way too much room to give a deadly shooter.
Yeah, I mean, we saw this guy shoot the absolute lights out the other day. 7-goal performance, right? Has had a little bit of a quieter evening today. But once again, as Stamper said, can't give this guy the time and space like that. Somebody's got to slide. Just a little bit too late. Smith makes a pay.
Sagu gets up over center. Wiesbrod running around the top, gets over to Tompkins. Canada spreading it out. Nice moves by Dumoulin. Oh, that's a beauty. And then makes like girls field lacrosse and tosses the stick for inspection. And the U.S. is taking their time out.
And a needed one. This is off a, it looked like a cross-floor pick at first, but no, it was just in the two-man game. Super effective when you do that. The low lefty coming to set one over top. Basically, you just drag to the half wall. That low guy comes up and sets one for, it was Dumoulin, right?
Yes.
Dumoulin to come over top. And, jeez, he had a huge lane and scores. But that's
like
what
Malone.
I like to see, Stanford.
Yeah.
Instead of that
Beautiful.
north-south, it's so much better than...
East-west.
Well, yeah. It's such a better opportunity, and you
Yeah.
also get defenders parallel at the exact same time.
Yeah.
If they play north-south, then they're totally screwed because now you have a 2-on-1.
You can go northeast, southwest.
Yeah, okay, so
Sorry.
I'm officially kicking you out of the booth.
So northeast, southwest is actually a great song by a singer, Corey Gulkin. She was called Karina Rose. She's now Corey Gulkin. You probably wouldn't know her. Do you know her?
No.
Okay. She's from Montreal, I believe. Great song. My wife, Carrie McMaster, stage name Carrie Jane, actually opened for Corey
That's
when
actually
she
really
sang performed at a bar in Peterborough, a club in Peterborough.
That's incredible.
So, yeah, it's just a great song. As soon as we're talking about the directions, I'm just hearing northeast, southwest, I'm coming home. It's a great song. I should never sing publicly, but go look up Corey Gulkin or Karina Rose, northeast, southwest. Great album. Go see her. Support your local musicians.
I will actually be sure to check it out.
Yeah.
Love new music. Stamper will sing by the end of the week. Mark my words.
Anyone who just heard my brief snippet there will be voting in no. So the U.S.
Canada voted.
Yeah, Canada.
You're singing again?
You know, I did sing the national anthem at the Founders Cup once.
Did you?
I did.
That's awesome.
I'll tell you sometime. It was not intentional.
How do you do it unintentionally?
Okay, so I was doing play-by-play, and
Yeah.
they had me before the first game do the the introductions, the dignitaries, the face-off, and everything.
Right.
They gave us a mic, and then they asked me to introduce the national anthem being played. So I said, "Everyone, please stand for the national anthem." So perfect. Second game, I've got the mic to do whatever. I say, "Okay, everyone, stand up for the national anthem," and nothing happened. I was like, "Where's the anthem?" And they're like, "Oh, the guy left with the CD." I didn't realize it was just for the first game. So I just said, okay, here we go. What a chance. Waddy turned aside by Malone, who has come in to play net for the U.S. And I was like, we're going to sing the anthem. Let's go, folks. You might want to sing loud so you don't hear me. And away we went.
I love it.
Great rip there from Wick, but turned aside by DiBattista, who's been terrific. It was in the Gordie Howe Arena in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan.
Legendary. If anybody has a video of that or any kind of evidence of that happening, please send it to boxlacrossebreakdown@gmail.com.
That may actually exist.
Like I said.
Behind the back. What a pass! Oh, is that Myers?
It was Myers.
Quickly becoming a big fan of Myers in this game.
He has turned it up a notch.
It's been fantastic.
Woo!
That gorgeous goal. Oh, my goodness. Some of this passing. Penalty coming to Canada. U.S. has an extra attacker out. Let's see if they can get to the net. Cats to the middle. That's a great drive. Just misses the net. I know you're going to be very happy over there.
And I'm nodding my head right now because I'm super excited to see that, right?
Yeah.
I think that's the first time I've seen that from the Americans in, geez, probably a couple quarters.
Yeah.
Right? Because there was that one rip from Cats. It would have been the second quarter, but you guys get what I'm saying. They got to get to that more.
Illegal body check by Smith, so he'll go to the box. Has a discussion, just wants to. It looked actually fairly amicable, trying to learn what he can do better in the future.
Yeah, it looked friendly.
Yep.
Rare.
Look at that pass.
Yeah, that was gross.
And Smith goes up. Watch it again. Oh, love it. That was so close. What did that hit the crossbar or did that hit Malone?
I think it hit Malone.
I think Aiden Malone made a great save. Love Smith elevating to get that one too.
Yeah, what a vert.
Yeah.
You got elevated there.
That's over and back. Is it? I mean, I know it was a reset, but then once he touches it, I guess he didn't possess it. So you know what? Maybe it's not. Now that I think about it. Because he didn't possess it on their side of center, right? That's actually a really heads-up play to realize what was happening and just he touched it but just let it go. Here's a fresh 30 for the U.S. and then went and picked it up. I like it. Nice job. And accurate call by the official. Good work. Here's Sagu. He's got Weatherby. Sagu peeled off. I thought he was going to go with him. No need.
Oh!
Come on.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's a check from behind.
Excuse
That's
my
okay.
language.
That's okay. I think that's a frustration play.
That.
Irwin is getting irate on the Canadian bench. He's reeled in by Fernandez. That's not cool. Did
Yeah,
you just mute
totally.
yourself for a moment?
Yeah, I had to mute
That's
myself for
fine.
a second just because I was going bananas.
Yeah,
That was
don't like it.
not a lacrosse play,
No,
right?
no.
Especially after working so hard to back check like that. Like,
Yeah,
you know, just don't do that to yourself. Don't do that to somebody else.
yeah. And is it 5? Yeah, it's
gotta
got to be 5.
Yeah.
And you know what? I mean, I don't think Raphael Katz was thinking, I'm going to hurt Weatherby.
No.
I think he's frustrated. He sees the break, and that's the only thing he can get to. But you just got to stop yourself.
That's it.
Tompkins gets it back. There's an illegal
Oh.
pick coming. And Thomas says, but I just scored. Well, yeah, you scored because you knocked your guy down.
I think he turned his head to the ref before he even put it in the net.
Yeah.
What
Why are
do
you calling
mean?
that? I haven't made the call yet. Guilty conscience? He knew. He knew. Oh, great job by Wick.
Oh,
That's a beauty.
He is such a goal scorer.
Love that. He scored 6 goals in their first game, right? And
Yeah.
I went back and watched all 6 of them, and there was like nothing spectacular.
Yeah.
But everyone was subtly beautiful.
Yeah.
In how he just finds space. But then this.
Oh, it's a beauty finish. Reminiscent of Josh Byrne.
Exactly. I was just thinking you can't say Josh Byrne because that's a ridiculously high standard. But my goodness, look at this. That's gorgeous.
Same idea, right?
Yeah.
Exact same idea. Not the same amount of hang time, mind you.
Well, nobody has that hang time.
Yeah. Guy's got like a 40-inch vert.
And he just seems to get up there, hang for a bit, and then think, okay, where should I go? Should I go here? Should I go here? I think
Yeah.
I'll go right there with the goalie. I mean,
Like it's literally shopping midair.
yeah,
Like,
it's crazy. That was gorgeous by Wick, though.
absolutely. Meanwhile,
Oh, nice try in the back door. The Waddy pass connects with Myers. Didn't quite put it home, though. Oh, that's not a good one either. That's going to be a penalty, and Forney's going over to have a word with Myers. He's going to go to the bench briefly, and then we'll be going to the penalty box. He's getting a little chippy, especially with the 10-goal difference and 10 minutes to play here. We're 5-on-5 because the U.S. has Cats in the penalty box. That's picked off by Waddy, who thinks he's taken off for a breakaway. He knows he's not, though. 2 or 5?
205.
2 or 5.
Oh, I would say I'm going to go with a 2.
I think so.
Yeah, I think that
I
would
think
be
so. I concur.
more than appropriate. But we'll see.
Didn't actually see the call.
Yeah, it's 2.
Yeah, there you go.
Nice.
We nailed it.
We totally did.
So we're 4-on-4. Interestingly, we're 4-on-4 for the 2 minutes of Myers' penalty, and then Katz will still have about a minute and a half to serve after that on his major. So any goals right now would not affect the manpower because they are even. That's nice work there by Carl. You've been talking about that. Just use your size and strength. Great pass by Weatherby to get it ahead to Green. And he bangs it home, the captain. And what I really like about the pass is that Weatherby knew it didn't have to be perfect. Just get it up there to him before you get smooshed by Carl.
That's it. Just get the ball up as fast as you humanly can to help in this transition opportunity. And I also just love the finish too, right? Like,
Yeah.
we talk about like not faking and just keeping things simple. Look one way, shoot the other way. That's exactly what Green does here. So hard for a goalie to react as fast as your shot, right? So
Yeah.
when you start faking, you might run yourself into trouble.
The other thing
Not
I
Green.
liked, sorry,
Yeah,
go ahead.
go ahead.
The other thing I liked was as Weatherby made that pass, he got hit hard by TJ Carl, banged him
Yeah.
into the boards, and then they gave each other a little pat after.
Nice.
It's been getting pretty feisty, pretty rough, right?
Yeah.
And now we have goalie-on-goalie assistance as DiBattista is having some tape issues, and holy Horbe, can he ever tape? Do you think he's got some rodeo background?
Yeah, he must.
Or pit crew. He was going to go join
I was going
JP
to say
Keeley.
JP Keeley in
Yeah.
NASCAR. Shout out JP Keeley.
Yeah.
But yeah, Weatherby's definitely the type of guy, too, to be like, hey, nice hit.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, for sure.
You know?
Weatherby's interesting. He's so fast. I mean, he is a smaller guy, and I've been watching him when he's up against some of the strong forwards. He has a little trouble, right?
Yeah.
But he's so good at positioning and leverage. He does okay. It'll be interesting to see how he's got. I think he's going to have to put on a little bit of size and strength, but
And he will.
yeah, there's a lot of promise there, and you can tell he has the sense of how to handle it, like a Jason Noble or a Zach Deacon, a good example of a. Does he have the ball?
He did.
I didn't think he had the ball. I thought they were just kind of hanging around waiting. Sorry, folks.
Oh.
I would have been calling that. I thought Tompkins was holding up at the top. Here's Forney. He's got a man with him. Nice pass. Oh, big save, DiBattista. Oh, big stop at the other end. As Shung thought he was going to get it, he went through the crease, and he's going to have to turn that one back over.
Wick with it. He's just going to hold on to it.
Gets it back. Coming over the top. Going to drive down the middle, shoots. And that's not bad, but he had a lane, right?
Yeah, I
Come
think he
down the
could have
middle.
kept going.
Yeah.
Got to be a little bit greedier. And I think stay away from the 5-hole.
Yeah. Canada taking their time here.
Underneath yet again. Big stop. That's going to be 2 minutes. Yes. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
oh.
They're both going to go. That's Dumoulin. Fowler going off for Canada. It's going to be a discussion down. Here's the play. You see Dumoulin going in. I mean, he gets underneath. Yeah, you know what? He wasn't pushed in. He pretty much did get down underneath his legs. So I think it's probably a good call. And then the U.S. is taking the penalty for getting after him after the play. So that's fair.
And you know what? Had it been the first time this has happened all game, maybe you give him the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
But
we
the
need
Canadians
the other
have
tape
been,
done. Sorry.
Yeah, the Canadians have been all over the crease, right?
Yep.
And getting in the goaltenders' faces. Not that there's anything wrong with that, right? But
Yep.
eventually you're going to get called,
Yep.
for sure.
So it's interesting that for the second time now,
Yeah.
DiBattista runs over. Horbe hops out, does the NASCAR pit crew tape change, and DiBattista had red tape on. That's why the red thing that he scooped up and shoved over before, and Horbe has replaced it with black. I wonder if the red was to be, with the red and the white theme of Canada, and the red just wasn't working as well. Because generally, is red electrical tape as good as black?
Yes.
Okay. Concise.
Honestly, I haven't noticed a difference throughout the years. Like on a serious note,
Yeah.
like I've used like green, yellow, black, like any color you can imagine. I've
It's
used
more
it.
the brand, right? There's some
Yeah.
are better. Some are a little,
Like 3M.
yeah,
Money.
yeah. Some are a bit like brittle.
Yeah, I know
Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
exactly what you mean, actually.
Yeah. Okay. Solved. We've got another 7:50 to go here. We've got 4 penalties up on the board. 2 of them are the matching ones. 1 second from now, Myers will be released. So basically right after play starts. Wick is aware of that. Myers is going to go to the bench, and Canada will get a defender because they're already 4-4. They're fine. And there's another minute 23 in the penalty to Katz, which is the major still. Here's Carl. This is always a tricky situation, right? You're down by 11. in a crucial game with 7.5 to go, but you're shorthanded.
Got to go.
Yeah, I mean, Canada's putting more pressure on than I actually would think they would, to be honest.
Yeah. Like, you can definitely be as conservative as you want, but
yeah, it's kind of in their DNA. It's the nature
gas
of this
pedal.
team. This is how they want to play, right?
Yes.
So just don't stop now. You've only got 5 games in the tournament.
kind of works into the mentality too, right?
Yep.
It's just like pedal to the metal.
Hidden
Don't
ball
let
trick,
up.
they're on it. Yeah, exactly. Sorry, I just wanted to let people know what was happening. Thomas to Wiesbrod.
How dare you?
Waddy in the middle.
Ooh.
Rips it. Look down to Tompkins for the pass, and then it's almost like in turning his head to look for the pass, he realized, wait a second, let me look back. Yeah, I've got a wide open shooting lane.
That was a nice little release by Waddy.
Yeah.
Like, that was.
I liked it. Sorry, it's a little shrill there. Yes, yes it was. Rutherford leaves it for Wick. Wick's up top again. It is going to be a little bit more passive here, but they're still getting Nicopolo.
It's a great time to run
Up
across
there.
floor.
Here comes Katz.
Oh, look at him.
He scores. About 8 seconds after being released from his major penalty, Katz is on the board again.
And I think that's just a little bit of laziness from the Canadians. Bad game management, right? Gotta be aware. Gotta be aware. And it starts with the simplest thing, just talking to each other, right? But, you know, Katz is always going to be looking for an opportunity in front like that.
He's got slick hands, eh?
Yeah, he's so good.
I mean, this hasn't been the game the Americans were hoping for, and there's lots of things I'm sure they'd like to change about it, but they're still doing some pretty terrific stuff. Oh, careful, Fernandez.
That was dangerous.
Yeah. I don't think it was a dirty hit.
No.
It was just Turlich just coming and laying the hit, but Fernandez just kind of lost track of where he was. He was drifting to the bench with a change coming.
Whew. Oh.
Thomas just creates space. They get a reset. Inadvertent 30-second buzzer.
Play to the whistle.
He'll slow it down, hand it off there to Wick. Wick looking to get underneath. Oh, stick sliding up a bit from Smith, who's back for a few defensive shifts. You wanted him to go on up the middle.
Down the middle, but the roll, the angle of the roll was bad.
Yeah. Carl fights underneath. There's a nice play with the drop step. It's going to be a reset. Wick will race to track it down. No worries about the 30-second clock, but the game clock keeps ticking. Turns into a little bit of an adventure. 4.5 to go here. Make sure you're back with us tomorrow. We'll have Scotland versus Poland at 5 p.m. Canada and Australia at 8. That's a crease violation, no question on that one. Smith. Irwin couldn't quite accept that pass. Ardell working for it. James Guiney heading to the bench. Rutherford will join him after passing this off. Thursday, things will wrap up with the bronze medal game at 5 p.m., the gold medal game at 8. In the U.S., I think I heard them saying holding, which might have a point.
I don't think so.
No?
I don't think so.
And with 3:49 to go,
I think it was a tough take.
yeah. Weatherby couldn't quite catch that pass for a breakaway chance, so he's just going to slow it down. Stay with us post-game for the player of the game presentations, one per team, and what is looking very much like it's going to be the Canadian national anthem. Schaller takes this one. This was it looked like such a good matchup coming in. And Canada's really like just played terrific lacrosse in all phases.
Yeah, everywhere. Defense, transition, offense, special teams. It's been a complete game.
Yeah. Nice catch by DiBattista. And I'll tell you, early on, here's a nice outlet pass to Shung, who I think realized a hit might be coming. Because he was kind of looking both ways as he tried to catch it.
You could even hear the bench doing there like, look out!
Yeah. But, I mean, early in the game, when it was still close, DiBattista made some saves that kept Canada having the opportunity to pull away a bit. A couple of those goals go in. This can be a different game.
Yeah, that's what we saw the other day with the U.S. and the Thistles.
Yeah.
Just kept answering. It
Yeah.
can really deflate your sails.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that stretch by J-War down towards the end of the game, he made huge saves. Tompkins, 7 left on the shot clock, flips it over. Myers finds Waddy. He's going to go to the net. Shoots one that hits the S of the USA crest. Smith gets the rebound and whips it over to Myers. Canada can eat up another 30.
Oh, there it is.
Myers, good closing defense there by Declan Landers.
Jeez. Oh, he got slashed in the head.
With his
without
helmet
his
off.
helmet.
You can see one of the Canadian coaches holding up his hand, looking for a 5-minute major. It's Schultz will get this one.
I hope this doesn't get out of control.
Yeah.
Because... Let's take a look at the personnel on the floor. No, I don't think it will.
No. And, I mean, the stick on the head after the helmet had come off was not hard.
It doesn't matter.
You just can't do it.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Yeah. Minute 42. Oh, so he did get 2 for cross-check and 2 for slash? Okay.
And so I didn't really give you much help there. I know, it wasn't that hard.
No.
But.
No, I agree. It's true. You just can't do it. I mean, the guy's helmet comes off. You stop.
Yeah, you gotta, again, walk away. Woo.
It was almost actually like he was kind of letting his stick drop. He was coming down and then was kind of letting the stick drop down and realized I shouldn't do that, but just kind of let it drop instead of actually hitting him. But you actually have to actively get that stick off of there.
Yeah.
And it reminds me of the play earlier in the game. Was it this game or the previous one where you were saying, is there a checking in the crease as we have another penalty coming? And it wasn't, because I think it was Waddy who went to do it and then actually pulled his stick back.
Yeah.
Realizing,
Yeah, it was Elliott.
Kind of
It was Elliott, yeah.
Elliott, yeah. Good
That's
point.
right.
Yeah. Duffus going to the box now for a couple.
It's just,
Yeah.
We have the spatial awareness to catch lacrosse balls going 90 miles per hour, one-handed. You know what I mean? We should have the spatial awareness to
not let your stick fall on somebody's head.
Exactly.
Yep. That's a great point. Ooh. Yeah. It was up to the high chest, low throat area.
And this one is all but over, Stamper.
Oh, yeah. Canada's, they're not going in. You can see Smith just standing back there. They can stand there for another 20 seconds, roll it in the corner. And Canada's going to win this game. They're up 18-8. Canada is 3-0. They are assured of a spot now in the gold medal game because only one other team can get a third win. And they beat Scotland, so they'd be first anyway.
Yeah.
So Canada's going to finish first in...
Keep playing, Waddy.
Yep. Did the 39 expire?
So yeah, there is no reset, right.
Yeah, just keep
For
going.
some reason, I just got brainwashed into thinking there was a reset also.
All right. But yeah, so with the standings, sitting at Canada will go to 3-0. Scotland's at 2-1. The U.S. will fall to 2-2. And because Scotland beat the U.S., that means Scotland is going to go to the gold medal game even if they lose tomorrow, right? Because they have the tiebreaker against the U.S.
That's right.
Wow. Wow. I was honestly thinking more of scenarios if the U.S. came and won this game and not what chance they might have if they didn't. But I think the U.S. is out. I think they're going to the bronze medal game. Canada, we know, is going to the gold medal game. A great performance. And,
Complete.
I mean, just end to end, one end of the floor to the other.
Yeah, it starts from the goaltender and then upward, right?
Mm-hmm.
The defense to the transition to
Yep.
the 5-on-5 looks.
It's so fun to watch these teams come together at this tournament because you see, but it reminds me a lot of the World Juniors in hockey, where a bunch of guys come together. They're terrific players, and then you wonder, how's it going to be this year? There's been such great teams in the past.
Right.
Can these guys be it? Are these guys like that?
Yeah.
Are they that good? And then they start doing things, and gradually you're like, oh, yeah, they're coming together. They're that kind of team. Are these guys going to be that good? Will they join the list of Canadian teams that have won IIJL World Juniors Gold? Hard
It's
to bet
looking
against them
that
at this
way.
point. Yeah.
But still, lots of lacrosse to be played. Don't want to get the broadcaster's curse going here. But no, we've, or the Canadians rather, definitely have some pretty special players, as do the Americans, right?
Yes.
I think there's just, as you were saying earlier, there's a couple bounces early on that just really did not go the Americans' way.
Yeah.
And not to mention special teams, too.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah, they just didn't take advantage of their opportunities
no.
on the power
they
play.
didn't capitalize. Yeah. And sometimes that happens throughout a lacrosse game.
From Canada, the player of the game, Dumoulin, with 4 goals and just a terrific performance.
Yeah, tons of hustle plays.
Yeah.
And just
Yeah.
getting in the middle,
Yeah.
you know? It's such a common trope.
Yeah. It's so many guys played well. I mean, you're looking at
You could get
Di
to it.
Battista, the goalie. You've got a bunch of the defenders. I think Sagu and the forwards. I mean, so many. Weisbrod. And for the Americans, Declan Landers, the gritty beauty.
The gritty beauty.
And he has
He
got
was
this
due.
one. He was due. He's been, I think he's been in the discussion for it every game.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the final
Love his
score,
game. Yeah.
will be 18-8 for Canada. They'll go to the gold medal game. Tomorrow night we will have 5 p.m. Scotland and Poland, 8 p.m. Canada and Australia. And now we will play you out with O Canada.
I'm kind of sad. I was hoping that'd be a grittier game.